but I think he was a burgeoning, very dangerous, possibly going to be a serial killer.
Unsettling revelations in a Salt Lake City courtroom today as an attorney revealed that the man accused of killing a University of Utah student, Mackenzie Lueck, last year planned to do so before they met up for their first date. That news came out of a hearing in which Ajayi agreed to a plea deal, surrendering his freedom but saving his life.
We have team coverage on today's developments, beginning with news specialist Andrew Adam, who went back into the neighborhood where this was the heart of the case last year. Andrew?
Yeah, we talked to multiple people tonight who seemed deeply affected by what happened. In fact, the emotions were just too strong for some of them to want to go on camera, but it did appear they're paying close attention to what happened here in court today.
It was more than a year ago that police were combing through this West Side home, and neighbors were learning that the guy who lived there was accused of murder.
What happened was awful. I mean, it's a terrible case.
Today, Mackenzie Lueck's death still haunts the place where her killer, Ajayi, used to live. One woman was just too teary-eyed to talk to us. Another neighbor told us he wanted to move.
You usually don't live in a house where, something like that has happened.
Jeff Lutz now lives in Ajayi's home and tries not to think about it.
I chose to not look at police reports, even though they said I could look at them if I wanted to.
But it was hard to miss today's news.
Mr. Ajayi burned Ms. Lueck's body, her clothing, and her belongings in an attempt to dispose of evidence of her murder and her presence at his home.
Ajayi's attorney laid out in graphic detail what happened to Lueck as his client pleaded guilty to aggravated murder and desecration of a human body.
Guilty on
his part of the deal with prosecutors that took the death penalty off the table.
I will accept Mr. Ajayi's guilty pleas on both the charges and find that they are knowingly and voluntarily made.
Ajayi now faces his punishment.
I think he got life in prison, is that correct?
And now forced to face the story once again.
Just trying to not dwell on it because, I'm in here all the time.
Neighbors hold little sympathy for the man who lived among them.
He did an awful thing. That's what he deserves, so.
Well, Ajayi also pleaded guilty today to forcible sex abuse in a separate case. As you heard, the deal is that Ajayi will serve life in prison without the possibility of parole. That deal is expected to be formalized at a hearing on October 23rd. Back to you.
All right, Andrew, thank you.